Hi there. Since the US is celebrating its Thanksgiving holiday this week and the December holiday season is fast approaching, I wanted to create this quick video to help you deal with holiday eating while you're also trying to lose weight. I'd like to start with a quote from another coach, who's Scott Abel. And Scott said, "With the US Thanksgiving here this week, the paranoia and worry and stress over dieting is starting already. Listen, if you're fortunate enough and blessed enough to have a family tradition of Thanksgiving meals, then have a healthy perspective about that. This is not the time to get all bent out of shape over sticking to my diet. Don't lose sight of why you're doing this to begin with. If you can't embrace and celebrate the food with the spectacular holidays and events that the tradition and culture provide, then your diet mentality is hurting you." Like Coach said, many people are likely stressing out over the holidays, but you shouldn't be. You need a strategy that allows you to enjoy them and not feel stressed or guilty. Recognize the signs of obsession before they start to take over your life. If you're meticulously planning in what you're going to eat on Thanksgiving and weighing everything out, you're doing it wrong and you're being obsessive about it. So, a couple things. Having the scale go up over the holidays is normal. And what you do between those holidays is truly more important. So people in the US, tend to turn the holidays into a month-long season of overeating. So what will happen is once Thanksgiving rolls around in the US, basically that holiday overeating lasts until after the New Year's. I used to do this myself, where I would basically start with Thanksgiving, or the day before Thanksgiving even, and then I would basically, as I was recovering from my hangover on New Year's Day, I would say, well, tomorrow I'm going to undo everything I've done for the past month. So the first thing that I'd ask you to do to remedy this is to break up that giant string of days of overeating into single events and treat them as separate events. So what I mean by that, let's say you have a holiday party one day and then another holiday party 2 days later. It's not a great idea to say, screw it, there's only one day between these days, these celebrations. I'm going to eat whatever I want in whatever amounts that I want. Doing so is not going to help you with your goals, especially if it's something you're likely to feel guilty over later. Enjoy your holiday celebrations and your time with your family and friends, but also include some ways to manage your overall calorie intake without becoming obsessive. Get some activity in and just enjoy your life. I think it's important to start by adjusting your expectations to be a little bit more realistic. Weighing in the day after Thanksgiving or Christmas or New Year's is not a great idea at all. Remember, the scale is going to go up if you eat a larger meal than normal, and or the meal had more carbs than normal, and or the meal had more salt than normal, and or the meal includes alcohol. All those things are going to make the scale jump right up. So weighing in right after them is a really bad idea, and is likely to put you on that path of, screw it, I already overate, why don't I just do it another day? So just returning to your normal habits is what we'd expect instead. Whoops. Okay, so rather than focusing on losing weight through all those holidays and celebrations in a row, it's okay to just try to maintain your weight as best as you can. Focus on the process of doing so while still enjoying yourself. If you do so, you'll be far better off in regard to the holidays and your waistline than pretty much anyone else. Most people struggle with it. They gain weight and then they get into an endless cycle of cutting out everything, changing everything at once, and they just get stuck in that cycle every year. So don't be that person. So on the days of the holiday itself, be okay with some overeating. Make it part of your plan. Don't use it as an excuse to go and eat an entire pumpkin pie by yourself, but you also don't need to skip out on foods you enjoy while spending time with friends and family. I've been there. I've done that myself, and it feels awful. Make it part of your plan to be flexible. So that means on the day of the holiday, plan to eat the foods you traditionally eat and don't really worry about it. Yes, you can make sensible portion choices. Yes, you can have dessert, but rather than trying to be strict and then relying on willpower and then failing, put it on your terms. Make it a positive experience, that this is your plan to enjoy yourself on Thanksgiving or Christmas or New Year's or whatever holiday you're celebrating, and then make it be part of the plan to return to your normal habits immediately the day after. That way you're not saying, well, I'm going to be really strict and I'm going to only have this much mashed potatoes and I'm going to eat a bunch of lean protein, and then not being able to do it when it comes around. That it's much better to actually have some overeating kind of as be part of your plan. This way you're setting yourself up for success with something that's reasonable rather than setting yourself up for failure with something that's unreasonable. One other thing that I wanted to mention is that what you're not eating during the holidays also matters. And again, this is coming from personal experience of what I used to do and what I plan to not do in the future. And that's normally when you're going about eating for the holidays, we tend to basically forget to eat vegetables, forget to eat fruit, forget to eat lean protein sources. So all these habits that are normally what's helping generate our fat loss, we forget to eat those things. I'm not saying eat them instead of foods you'd like to eat that are part of your family celebrations, but that doesn't mean don't eat fruit and vegetables from Thanksgiving to the first day of the new year. That's probably going to make you feel like crap and, sluggish, low energy, no fiber. Not a great way to, continue celebrating if you just feel like crap from all the crap you're putting in your body. So I'm not saying don't eat the cultural comfort foods, but also have some healthy foods that will make you feel good at the same time. So this way, if you still eat your fruits and vegetables, you may find that you're satisfied with less comfort food, and that this can result in less stress over holiday eating in general. And, again, it's important to make sure you're actually drinking enough water too. Some people will simply replace all their water with wine. Don't recommend that. Try to balance it out a little bit. And again, that'll make you feel better during the entire process. So let's consider some specific strategies for the holiday itself. So for Thanksgiving, Christmas Eve, Christmas, my daughter's birthday, New Year's Eve, New Year's, those are all kind of in a row for me. I'll be slightly modifying what I normally do. I'll be skipping breakfast as normal, but then I'll eat my lunch a little bit later in the day, and the lunch will mostly consist of lean protein and lots of vegetables. Between that lunch and the dinner meals that I'll be eating friends and family, I'll eat some fruit to stay full and keep me going so that I'm not starving. If I arrive at a family dinner meal where there's lots of food choices and desserts and I'm starving, I'm more likely to overeat simply because I wouldn't get the hunger signal fast enough. So I'm going to eat fruit to keep me full throughout the day. And then I'll probably work out in some form right before the dinner meal, just so that I'm making sure to get my activity in. I know that when I'm not out of the house and I'm just kind of relaxing and socializing with people, I basically get 3,000 steps on those days, and that's the behavior that I'm trying to go in the opposite direction. I'm going to make sure I get out and walk around and enjoy the scenery just to get some additional activity in. My goal is not to burn calories and get up to some mythical number of calories burned, but just to move around and feel better so that I don't feel like a slug all day. And I'd recommend you do the same. It doesn't have to be anything extensive. It could just be going for a walk after your dinner meal to help digestion and just to get some fresh air. So other than that, I'll work out, go to the dinner meal, and I'll enjoy myself. I will have second helpings. I will probably drink way too much wine. I'll eat dessert. I'll probably have second dessert. But I won't be stressed about it. I won't be tracking it. I'll be mindful when I'm eating. I'll enjoy the food. I'll chew slowly. I'll enjoy the taste. And I'll enjoy the company. And that's really what it's about. So this is exactly what I did this past weekend. We had an early Thanksgiving celebration with my family that lives a few states away. And I did drink too much wine. And I did have multiple desserts. And I'm not stressed, and I'm not feeling guilty, and I had an amazing time, and I'm moving forward. And afterwards, I had that was on Saturday. I drove home on Sunday, worked today, worked out, and I had an amazing workout as a result of not being stressed, number one, and eating lots of great foods and lots of wine. I had a great workout, so it all worked out for me. It wasn't a problem. I wasn't stressed. And that's a relief for me because during my weight loss, I had been stressed over how to handle holidays before, which is why I've created this video. All right, so lastly, and I mentioned this earlier, but I'm going to mention it again because it's important. What you do after the holiday as far as eating habits is far more important than anything else, than what you do the day of the holiday. So let's say even if you don't do any of that, let's say you eat 8 to 10,000 calories on Thanksgiving ballpark figure. So what? As long as you return to your new normal habits the next day, that's what matters. Sure, there's going to be leftovers, obviously. Still eat the leftovers. There's no need to like freak out about it and just throw them away or don't take any, but go with reasonable portions. Try to get close to your goals. It's not a big deal. Again, that is the most important thing, is returning to your habits and enjoying yourself on the holiday itself. And that goes for any holiday. So I would say that if you need any assistance with your specific strategy, please reach out to me, and happy holidays to everyone. Thank you.